welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena I'm being crazy. Let's do some Thousand Year Storm. This particular build of Thousand Year Storm uses Leyline of Anticipation. Hopefully we have it in our opening hand. You might say, but CGB, don't you want 4 then? I don't want multiples. I never want to see another one. I only want one. I want exactly my opening hand. And the percentage chance of having it in your opener with 3 versus 4 is about like 9% removed or something like that. It's not a huge percentage overall. And of course we're just playing this for fun, so optimizing every little bit of it isn't necessarily the way you want to go. This isn't a competitive Thousand Year Storm deck by any means, but the plan is if we get a Leyline of Anticipation down, we can play things like Drawn for Dreams and Pirate's Pillage at instant speed, and it'll be all kinds of great. And then when the opponent least expects it, we'll instant speed play Thousand Year Storm. Thousand Year Storm, and then untap and go absolutely wild with it. So Leyline of Anticipation, Drawn from Dreams are the new cards here. We're also running Lazotep Plating to protect our Storm. Anticipate gets us closer to the cards we need. I thought about Radical Idea. I tried Radical Idea. It just wasn't quite doing it for me, although it definitely has play in a deck like this, but I like Anticipate a lot better personally. Pirate's Pillage is the thing you want to do when you're going off to make a whole bunch of treasures, and then to kill the opponent we use Mission Briefing combines with Lightning Strikes and Shocks to go to the face and be really just to the dome about it. To stay alive, what we do is we play out with Shocks, Lightning Strikes, we just kill things, and we use Mission Briefing to keep bringing them back, and these cards to find more of them until we can finally finish the opponent with absolutely crazy Thousand Year Storm shenanigans. Let's go play it. I think you've seen this before, but I needed something fun. I think you can tell from the last few videos. I've been pushing really hard to get enough videos made to cover my break, my vacation, and the harder I push on that, the more I burn out on the meta stuff and the more I degenerate into nonsense. And some would say that's the best me anyway. So this is for all of you out there who want the nonsense. Let's have some fun. Alright, got a good opener with the Leyline. Then we have everything at instant speed. That'll confuse our opponent. Very good. Submit. Boom. Temple. What are we looking for? Not a briefing right now, I don't think. We need another blue for it. That's kind of tricky. Let's put that on the bottom for now. Make sure that we smooth that draw out a little bit better than that. I'm sure we will find another blue source. So perhaps, I don't know, is Mission Briefing a keep there? It's kind of hard to say. Definitely want to get closer to Thousand Year Storm and card draw spells. Here's a Summoner. I'm going to opt, we'll make a decision. Alright, 2 briefings on the bottom is probably more than I want to be there. I'm going to put faith in finding that blue source. Mission Briefing is a key part of the deck to making sure that we get to go off. That is the worst draw in the deck now. Ooh. But something we can discard to a Pirate's Pillage if that shows up. Our opponent with the Till-Anomaly Summoner. Did you know that this creates elementals? Did you know if you have a Risen Reef out and you use the Summoner's ability that crazy things happen? It's true. Oh, it's dang true. Alright, moving right along. Killing reefs. There is a Steam Vents. We could use the briefing to get back a shock here, if we shock shock to play it, but yeah, maybe that is good enough. Our life total isn't under stress. We could probably Lightning Strike the thing, but briefing may also have to get an opt if we can find another blue source. We'll see. But having this available to go get the shock might be good because we can set up a card draw spell on top of the deck. I think that Thousand Year Storm we want to play against this deck, against Temur Elementals. It's kind of hard to say. So here I can flash back a shock, but I need another land to flash back a shock and Lightning Strike this thing, so I guess it gets to resolve. Activate this ability only when you could cast a sorcery. I smell trouble. Let's try and anticipate. And that was part of what I was wondering, if it would be all land. We want to hit our land drop this turn. So here's another temple. There's the storm. We're going to need one more land to make it all work. Our opponent can probably do all kinds of annoying stuff to get this thing cooking. We're going to need one more land. Mission briefing can hit anticipate. Right? Right. That can set it up. Here is an unclaimed territory on Elemental, most certainly. And let's see what our opponent can do with the Prime Speaker. We're in a race right now, and here is a Rekindling Phoenix. That's an annoying one to sacrifice for certain. What does the opponent get with it? Probably Thorns? Probably big old Thorn Boss. Here's a token. Yarok. Why not? And an elf. Okay, well, killing that's just not going to work out. I should just save these. See if the opponent can kill me, and then try to 1,000-Year Storm my opponent. You can turn this into a summoner. Not sure what you turn that into. So I think what we're trying to do here is... Man, it's too bad that the 1,000-Year Storm is... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think I can save this for the storm. I think I have to draw exactly a land? Or no, I'm going to mission brief so I can draw the land. Then I'll have the anticipate, I can flash back. Or I can play the opt off the anticipate. Oh, this is going to be bad. Alright, let's go here. I don't know if we're going to get away with this. Don't know if it can work out. So let's go mission briefing. See what we see. There is a land and an opt on top, which is what we need. I can't remove those. The opponent's going to get one mega turn. Then we flash in the storm. What am I doing this turn? Playing the opt, I suppose? It's hella awkward to flash back an opt when you know exactly what you're drawing. Alright. The anticipate, though, puts both on the bottom, which we do not want to do. Alright. I need 2 turns. I think I can get them. I think if I left the Phoenix alive, though, I'd be taking too much damage. Let's see how explosive this Risen Reef stuff gets. I know it can be really good. I know it can be devastating. Can the opponent kill me with it? So now this can be sacrificed to the speaker. If I were the opponent, you're probably looking at sacrificing the Llanowar Elf to go get the Tilonali Summoner. Then next turn you can do the big trick, if that's a thing you're still looking for. Cura. Okay, fine. So, okay, we're going to double Prime Speaker, I guess? Alright, hold on to your butts, everybody. Not sure what's coming, but I'm probably not going to like it. Sure. Not only that, I have to give my opponent another turn doing this after this. You can probably accrue £1,000,000 of value. Can they kill me? Is it lethal? Is self-milling the thing they're going to do? I mean, I know everybody likes doing 1 billion ooze triggers, but is that their endgame? It's quite possible they could Jace mill themselves. I've seen this kind of stuff. Look at all those lands. Alright. You're up for a long turn. And then afterwards, it's no guarantee that we'll get there. Like, Opt has to hit some good card draw effects, something to go nuts here. It's a long shot. We are a long shot right now. Black, blue, red, and green. I'm sure the opponent can go find some Omnaths to do a lot of direct face damage. But maybe they'll just run out of time. Who knows? Okay, we're giving up a reef. There's one Omnath. Is that enough triggers? I think each one is worth 3, then 6 then? So I think they can just fetch another Omnath, right? I could try to stay alive by opting into, I don't know what, a Lightning Strike to kill off one of these so that the Time Speaker can't do the thing. And maybe that's right, but I mean, if I can't get the Thousand Year Storm on the battlefield, I'm going to lose anyway. Okay. We have Rhythm of the Wild. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. You can give that haste. Sure. Sure. I'm not gonna try to like pull something off here. I'm just gonna let it happen. Let it happen. Well, I guess if we're going to see that, I'll, at least with like all this on the stack, instead of manually clicking through it, I'll show the opponent that I was up to some nonsense and that they ruined it. So I get that storm animation. And yeah, I'll just be here dying while the opponent triggers me to death. That's okay, we all need a break sometimes. What a pile. But they played against the right pile. They played against my pile. I don't know. I was one turn away from making it, I think. So it was just a race. It was just a race that we came up one turn short in. Did I target anything badly that would have changed it? I don't know. It seemed like they had a really good draw. I think they went Summoner, Reef, Ooze, like Xanafer. So yeah. I can't feel too bad. Got him down to 13 cards in deck. Almost got him. Not a bad hand. It doesn't have shock in it, which means we might lose on turn 2, because I've just been getting run over by stuff like turn 2 Domri, turn 3 Nissa. I made some changes to the deck since I even recorded the intro because I've been hating this so much. It's been a rough one. Let's shake it off. Let's battle through Salt. We've got a Radical Idea. Those are there in place of Anticipate because I was running out of steam sometimes. I'll just get this out there. Tap. No, let's pay 2 life. What the heck? Nothing can kill us faster than ourselves. Blink of an eye, because apparently not everything dies to the 3 damage point removal, especially on the draw. So Blink of an eye is in there to try to keep things like Feather from just killing us. I guess I'll take the shock. I'm not sure what's going on with our opponent, but I did just want a spell. A spell is good here. This is going well. We're not dead yet. We haven't been thought erased either. I'm not sure what's coming. Okay, it is Grixis. This could be rough. Wonder how many counters and disruptive elements they run. Whether or not Nicol Bolas will be getting slammed for the next several turns of the game. I just don't know. Anything could happen. So far, opponent's done nothing. We can guess they have a bunch of removal spells, but we can also guess there's a lot of angry planeswalkers getting ready to mess with us. And eventually, Thought Erasure will arrive. So let's try not to get too many Thousand Year Storms into our hand before then. Maybe we don't even want to play cards like Radical Idea and Opt until we know exactly what we need. We wouldn't want to draw the Thousand Year Storm too early. I wonder if that I wonder if that strategy does make sense. At the same time, we do need, if there's a Thousand Year Storm somewhere between the top of our deck and here, and we need the land. I don't know. Oh! Reanimator! Alright. The opponent's gonna drop this off. I'm sure they were sweating a counterspell. Don't worry. I will not be countering anything today. Squat 0 on the counterspells. There's the Storm. Let's keep digging. I really want like a Pirate's Pillage. I think I'll find enough land. It's a little bit of a greedy bottom, but sometimes you have faith and it works out. So we're looking at Blink of an Eye, which I think is the play all day when something gets reanimated here. So watch out. I'm really glad I added it now. Could be perfect. There goes a Cavalier of Night and another 2 cards from a voice. The opponent's feeling they're moving faster now. They're feeling emboldened by the lack of counter magic. So I have 6 lands. Again, I might be a little bit greedy here, but I want to drop off this island because I'm sure I will draw another between the scry and the card draw, and there's Drawn from Dreams. I don't think I want to drop off something else, but I could drop off this Shock. And the opponent's not giving us targets, so let's do it. Another Blink. And another Drawn from Dreams. So do we just smash this Drawn from Dreams? We have a land on top, and it's what we need. Nah, let's keep it. Let's keep it. If we get to play, we'll keep the mana open. The opponent will probably reanimate something. We can bounce it. Then we can drop the Thousand Year Storm, which Grixis probably doesn't interact with. You usually can't remove an enchantment. And then hopefully we get to go nuts. Alright. I'll save the mission briefing to work with the storm. Here we go. If they had a counterspell, whatever. We still have to go for it. And now we are tapped out. Let's see if the opponent can take advantage of us. The best thing they could do is reanimate or cast an Agent of Treachery. That would be... If they stole this from me, I would be really upset. I could blink it. It wouldn't be game over. But it would set me way back. Chart of Course. Here we go. So we can't go off and win the game without Pirate's Pillage. That's really the card that lets us make a whole bunch of mana in conjunction with the storm. Alright, our opponent's concocting something. Let's see what it is. They threw a Rotting Regisaur into the graveyard, and here's Cavalier of Night, which brings... Okay, that was just kind of a nothing. Nothing happened! I'm confused. Well, let's just be obnoxious, I suppose. Return this to your hand. Will not be the kicker, because we want the 4 mana available to trigger with Thousand Year Storm. So we get 2 drawn from Dreams to use. So first set, what's the card? I'm going to take an Opt. Then I'm going to take a land, because I can play both of those this turn. Then we're really looking for some Pirate's Pillages off the next one. Still haven't found any. I guess a backup Thousand Year Storm in case of an Agent of Treachery isn't the worst idea. It's not like the radical ideas are really necessary. They're not going to achieve too much. Yeah, I could take the Ley Line. Nah, I'll take a radical idea. I think it's better. Now we play the land, and we get triple Opt for our trouble. No, not you. No choice. Alright, there we go. We'll have that ready to go next turn if the opponent doesn't mess with us too badly. I think putting you on the bottom's okay. It's a little risky, but... Here we go. If the opponent does somehow, like, Agent of Treachery this, and Agent of Treachery this, but I think in that game we're so far behind we might lose anyway. Don't need any more scries. But what's my last card? I guess the land. We'll find one. And now I have a backup Thousand Year Storm if something happens, but we'll see. Alright, hold on. Pirate's Pillage will be great if we can cast a radical idea and possibly find another Opt first. We could also Mission Brief into that Opt. That's 2 spells, which would make this for 6 mana, and then we would have like 4 Drawn from Dreams, but if we find another Pillage, then we're kind of infinite. Opponent in the tank. Maybe they went out for a sandwich. Bond of Revival, Burning Sun's Avatar. Let the damage begin. Down to 9. What else can you do? Pass turn. Alright. Let the party begin. Let's do the mission brief. And we don't need those, but another briefing is good. And we could play Opt. We could also hit the Lightning Strike for the flashback and then draw into the briefing and then bring back the Pillage. Or just hit the Shock, because it can go face. Alright. So now we cast you. And discard this Thousand Year Storm. Draws 2. Makes treasures. Now we play Mission Briefing again. Get a whole bunch of those. Oh my goodness, that's what we needed. Yeah, we'll target you, bring you back. Done. What else do we want? We already targeted the Shock, so I guess here we'll target Ops. They all gain flashback to be played later. Now we can do this. Thank God for this button that lets me pay with my treasures. That was frustrating as a thing that I used to have to do in MTG Arena and has changed. Alright, give me treasures. Give me a whole bunch of treasures. So I could keep going pretty much at infinite, like, I could draw the whole deck from here, but I think I've got enough here to shock the world. Start headed face, see if the opponent wants to scoop it or see it played out. And yeah, we have plenty of time for shock. And plenty of room to lightning strike away. 3, 4, and, you know, we can be a sport. Oh, if we had one more. Actually, we do, but it won't let me squeeze that in there. Alright. Finally got a win. Battled long and hard for that win. Alright. Shock, Pillage, Opt, and no blue. Will I draw blue? It's a great hand if I do. Alright. Come on, deck. Treat me well. Treat me well. It's a real, like, if it didn't have Pillage and Thousand Year Storm, I wouldn't keep it at all. But since it did, I was willing to give it a shot. No blue yet, though. Okay. Our opponent on some kind of an Abzan contraption with a Paradise Druid that I can't target. It's kind of nuts that we drew this many basic mountains with all the blue sources in the deck. We run 4 Sulphur Falls, 4 Temples, and 4... whatever. It is what it is, guys. I can't fix it. Here comes a Paradise Druid, maybe? No? Alright, then on end step, we will just shock this away. Yes, you get a card. But we did it on end step so that they still missed their land drop. Oh wait, they went first. No, that is a missed land drop, right? Okay, let's do this thing. And we can drop you off safely. Wow, what a pair of cards to pick up there. Sorin, sure. Maybe it's a Command the Dreadhorde build? It's hard to say. I don't want to play any of these now. I wonder though if I smash down a Thousand Year Storm if it will be hit by a Mortify. It might be better to play the Ley Line, but I do need to draw a blue source or have a blue source on top. So let's see what we see. Okay. Let's try this. Now next turn we'll draw the Sulphur Falls, be able to play Thousand Year Storm at instant speed, hopefully. If the opponent uses a Mortify on this, we'll just play it at sorcery speed, and we got an enchantment out of the way. So let's see what they do. Healer of the Glade. Seems Not sure what's going on, to be honest. We can definitely get rid of one of our Blink of an Eyes, I think. Can't think of a good reason not to. Yeah, the opponent has gone on the beatdown plan, but their deck is kind of slow for it. The bad news, they're at 28. We can do that. We can get this thing to 28. It's possible. Okay, Paradise Druid not willing to get busy. There's a God Eternal Bantu. That taps the opponent low enough that this should be able to work. And we see that they're some kind of an Aristocrat Sacrifice deck. Draw 2 cards, play a Forest. But we wanted to make sure like the shields were down on cards like Mortify, D-Spark, anything like that. And now that they've committed to the play, the Thousand Year Storm can come out of nowhere, just like I designed the deck to do. Playcrafter returning, sure. And discard another Blink of an Eye, it's fine. And here we go. Bring the animation. Alright. Let's fire this baby up. Don't need another one of those. That's exactly where, if we have to see one, that's where we need to see it. Ooh, I don't have another blue. Alright, 2 ops. 2 ops this time. Come on, where's another pillage? In a way, I need a blue, but I really just want more Pirates Pillage. If I hit that, I can still win this turn. There's one blue source. Another Storm? No. Another Radical Idea. Well, we can draw a bunch of cards. I can also fire off this Lightning Strike so that the Radical Idea is even better. Once we cast it, there's no more way for us to bring back to do the Pirates Pillage thing. We have to give our opponent another turn. So I may as well Lightning Strike them a few times. So how many Lightning Strikes will this be? 3? Is killing the Sorin more important? I guess killing the Sorin is probably the best. We don't want the opponent to push themselves completely out of range if we have a less than ideal draw next turn. And let's do one of the more radical ideas you've ever seen. And a shock. I wonder if I just want to go face or save that to start the party next turn. Wow! That's a lot of land. The briefing can hit the pillage, and that should be good enough. And the opponent doesn't even want to see what happens next turn. We could shock them for 10, but I think I was leaning towards saving it. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there. As my 3rd video of the day, I'm very exhausted, so please cut me some slack. I did make some changes to the deck. Let's have a look back and just take a good look. I did go with 3 ley lines as well, but I went down to 2 Drawn from Dreams, just too expensive. And what I really wanted most of the time was the Pirates Pillage. Then the Blink of an Eyes to stay alive, sort of protect the Thousand Year Storm, but mostly staying alive. Another thing I'd consider is Goblin Electromancer. I just feel so bad when that card dies, though, that I don't like running it, but maybe it deserves to be here. And Radical Idea for Anticipate. I don't have regrets on this because it let me fill up the graveyard. It was an easy discard to the Pillage, or an easy way to get deeper in the deck and jumpstart the Thousand Year Storm later. So, yeah, I think we will leave it right there. Thousand Year Storm is a fun deck. It's kind of budgety. I think the Storms themselves and a few Drawn from Dreams pretty much makes up the rare spot, but I wouldn't call it competitive. It's definitely something you do only because you really love it. And here, towards the end of a burnt out day, playing something I love, getting it smashed by the good decks of the format feels bad, but getting to go off once or twice, that feels good. So let's leave it right here. Thank you for watching this video very much. Thank you for watching all my videos while I've been on vacation. And if you are enjoying the content, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. It really does help out. I'm trying to ask for it more because I've learned a lot that has told me what a difference it makes. I'd also like to thank my sponsor, Esports Gold. Do check out the link. They have been helping me out a lot, and I appreciate them very much. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.